Question 1. How do you break free from the herd mentality? Please illustrate with examples in our social, professional, and personal interactions. Elaborate on how to overcome feelings of isolation in this process.
See, formula is abstinence plus knowledge. So I'm using the word abstinence in a specific way, not the way most people would understand. It's not that you're abstaining from something. So you need to withdraw a little bit. For example, if you socialize on Saturday and Sunday, I'm not being personal, just as an example, right? So any kind of too much interaction with the world, it agitates the mind. So that's the nature of mind, everybody's mind, my mind, your mind. So when we say withdraw a little bit, abstain a little bit, so instead of socializing on Saturday and Sunday, do it either on Saturday or Sunday, one of the days, which is doable. If I say no, don't do it at all, I mean, it's not possible. That's what we saw in the morning. Such a person is called as hypocrite. That mentally you'll be indulging all the thoughts. But once a week is doable. And it is backed by knowledge. The knowledge of what we are studying, knowledge of Vedanta. So you know the purpose of withdrawal. Why are you doing it? So when you withdraw a little bit, your mind becomes relatively calm. When your mind becomes relatively calm, it is available to receive knowledge. And as you receive knowledge, as you get established in the knowledge, slowly, your capacity to withdraw increases further. That again calms the mind, which again becomes more conducive to receive knowledge. So it's like a two-way pedals to the wheel of progress. This is how you advance spiritually. So you become more and more self-sufficient. See, right now, what is happening with all of us? It's a question of more or less. You are dependent on the external world, objects and beings of the world, for your happiness. And what we are learning in Vedanta is the ultimate target is self sufficiency, which is a very high target. But at least to some extent, you should be experiencing that joy within, meaning you should not be dependent on the external world for your happiness. But it's easier said than done. I mean, I understand your question. So the systematic way is practice a little bit of withdrawal as per your capacity, and it has to be substituted by knowledge. See, mere withdrawal will not help. So therefore, I give example of that American couple in Costa Rica. I mean, they went crazy. In fact, committed suicide because it is not substituted by knowledge. So that's the formula. So slowly you will become more and more self-sufficient. So that is your first question. And please illustrate with examples in our social, professional, personal interaction. See, it is not that you don't participate in anything, but you need to ask yourself this question: what is essential, what is non essential? So that nobody can answer that question. If you're in business, most businesses they work on networking. So you have to do that. Or you could be doing it just to have socializing. You get my point. So though you may be socializing to network every day, there is a purpose behind that. So you need to ask yourself this question: what is absolute must? What can be avoided? Same thing when it comes to personal or social functions. I mean, every other day there is something or the other happening, especially during summer. You know, so few things at least you should try to okay, can I avoid this? If you have, let's say, 10 invitations, so I'm sure if you examine, you will understand that maybe 2 or 3 invitations are not required. So to that extent, you are withdrawing. So end of the day, it is it's your call. And second point is how to overcome the feeling of isolation in this process. And there is no question of isolation. It's what is essential, what is non-essential, right? And see, at some stage in your life, you have to ask yourself this question: What is it I want? See, example, we all were students, like 20 years back, 30 years back, and there were always set of friends who were not focused on studies. We all know what happened to them. So, if you're a sincere student and if you feel that I am feeling left out from what? Whatever they are doing has got nothing to do with the studies. Are you with me? And once in a while, you may join them for fun. It's not that, but your focus is on achieving your goal as a student. So, similarly, you must ask yourself what is your professional goal? What is your spiritual goal? And if you feel your worldly activities, social activities, which involve interacting with your family, friends, beyond a point, it is interfering with your spiritual goal, then you have to take that call. See, that's the symbolism behind, like Christ told Satan, "Get thee behind me, Satan." It's all symbolic. What is Satan? So all these worldly temptations, all this social interaction, and in most cases, if not all, it is not conducive for our spiritual growth. So once you understand that, then you'll be able to filter through, what is essential, what is not essential. And once you get that fixation, even if you have to participate, certain things you can't avoid. I mean, rightly so. You do it in a spirit of renunciation. Though you may go there, you may have wine with them, you may dance with them, but your heart is not there in this thing. I mean, your thoughts are on your goal. So that's the way to go about. So it's not. There is no question of feeling of isolation once it is substituted by knowledge. What's your mission in